Start recording. Yes, okay, next, lawyer Didita. Whenever you read, right, Kyans Kadilo Wayne, Tambo Veterans Day and Law. And lo the people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1919, honors our country's veterans. Veterans and Khare. So a veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military. Military lana? Military lana Khare. Military
Major
lana?
Sadasha.
Yes. Among me, so Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, this gets military related. So some have served during times of peace, while others have served in times of war. They have all served to protect our country from harm and to preserve our freedom. Many have given their lives for this cause. Veterans Day is celebrated in different ways. A lot of people like to go to parades, others hold ceremonies, and others events to show their appreciation to our veterans. Many school children write letters or draw pictures to send to veterans to thank them for their service. Some children even take a trip to a veterans hospital to deliver their letters. Many business and school close for this special holiday. How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year? Okay, langsung sering lalu anda.
Lesson. Veterans Day. The people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1919. Honors our country veterans. A veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military. Some have served during time of peace, while others have served in times of war. They have all served to protect our country from harm and to preserve our freedom.
Yes.
Many have given their lives for this cause. The military is made up of 5 branches: the Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, and Coast Guard. They work together to guard our country and freedom. Veterans Day is celebrated in different ways. A lot of people like to go to parades. Others hold ceremonies and others events to show their appreciation to our veterans. Many school children write letters or draw pictures to send to veterans to thank them for their service. Some children have taken a trip to a veterans hospital to deliver their letters. Many business and schools come close for this special holiday. How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year?
Okay, next thing is the Kyans kadilo when you have to use this full stop. Full stop lewa, you know what you have to do. You have to stop for some time. Yeah, second is ka and the next sentence lor. Full stop the khatyong ko the ne the sentence chikre da zor da lor. Kosis nga. So the people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. There's this holiday, this holiday, started as Armistice Day in 1919, honors our country's veterans. And they'll full stop rada. Now you have to stop for some time. They'll do this chika. Next sentence luar. Okay, tenzi tigi lain dah.
Veterans Day. The people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. The holiday
This
started
holiday.
This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1919, honors our country's veteran. A veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military. Some have served during time of peace, while others have served in time of war. They have all served to protect our country from harm and to preserve our freedom. Many have given their lives for this cause.
Mm.
Veterans Day is Veterans Day is celebrated in different ways. A lot of people like to go to parade, other hold ceremony and other events to show their appreciation to our veterans. Many school children write letters or draw pictures to stand to veterans to thank them for their service. Some children even take a trip to a veterans hospital to deliver
Deliver.
deliver their letters. Many business and schools close for this special holiday. How
Yes.
will you how will you celebrate Veterans Day this year?
How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year? Chuokuda. So you have to read like a question. Chuan and Shilo. Okay, next, teacher Akela.
Veterans Day. The people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1919. Honors our
Honors.
honors our
H the
country's
silencer. So H the silencer. So you have to write honors. Honors our country's
of
veterans.
veterans. A veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military.
Yes,
Some
ma'am.
some have served during times of peace, while others have served in times of war. They, they have all served to protect
You correct. Served.
served
Served.
served
Yeah, served.
served to protect your country from
Our country,
harm
not war. Our country.
our country from harm and to preserve our freedom. Many have given their lives for this cause. A Veteran Day is celebrate,
Celebrated.
celebrated
Celebrated.
in different ways. A lot of people like to go to Paris. Other hot ceremony,
Ceremonies.
ceremony and other events to show their appreciation
Appreciation. Appreciation.
appreciation to you or veteran. Many
Seriously.
school children write letters or draw pictures to send to veterans to thank them for their
Service.
service.
Service. Yeah.
Some children even take a trip to the veteran hospital to deliver their letters. Many business business and schools close for the special holiday. Who will you How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year?
Very good. Paulos. Rabkela ya wapelos ta. Rabkela de that what you have to remind that is a celebrated ta. Celebrated ceremonies, appreciations, parrots. Yeah, ODL to nanto served, serve it mata served, protect, service. Okay, next, Tenzi Techi Naloenda.
Yeah. Veterans Day. The people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11. This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1909. Honors our country veterans. A veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military. Some
Yes.
have served during times of peace, while others have served in time of war. They have all served to protect our country from harm and to preserve our freedom. Many have given their life for this cause. Veterans Day is
Wait, sorry.
celebrate Indifference Day. A lot of people like to go to parades. Others hold ceremonies and other events to show their appreciation to our veterans. Many school children write letters or draw pictures to send to veterans to thank them for their service. Some children even take a trip to a veterans hospital to deliver their letters. Many businesses and schools close for this special holiday. How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year?
Okay, very good. Okay, next is Somula.
Veterans Day. The people of the United States celebrate Veterans Day every year on November 11th. This holiday started as Armistice Day in 1919. Honors our country veterans. A veteran is a man or woman that has served in the military. Some have served during times of peace, while others have served in times of war. They all serve to protect our country from harm and preserve our freedom. Many have given their lives for this cause. Veterans Day is celebrated in different ways. A lot of people like to go to parades, others hold ceremonies and other events to show their appreciation to our veterans. Many school children write letters or draw pictures to send veterans to thank them for this type of service. Some children even take a trip to Veterans Day. A trip to Veterans Hospital to deliver their letters. Many businesses and schools close for this special holiday. How will you celebrate Veterans Day this year?
Okay. So, Veterans Day lana harga.
On November 11th.
What?
On November 11th.
Yes. Okay. No, Veterans Day lana harba. Kare chitu tangu do Veterans Day lana. Inda lasun sering la. Inda. Veterans Day lana hardo. Veterans Day lana. What do you understand from Veterans Day? Veterans Day lana hara. What is Veterans Day?
Um, Uni- the United States flag.
Ah.
The United States got lives for the freedom she or any
What is a
Temperature.
mic on?
Okay, Veterans Day and veteran na halawala na de. Puta pumo kyoga ki
Puta
mensu
pumo.
puta pumo su imba ina su mangmi nalia.
Military.
Didwa. Su mangmi yamina navy na draw in it su maka na draw in it su gegab tunda la chi dwa. Tizola ya ani Veteran Day la di November 30 la ya khunsu gi celebrate chuore. Veteran nana sura. Veteran nana is a man or woman that has served in military. Military nana makhan la ya khunsu khalo the military di branch nga isure la da army che ani air force namthang namala di chinye che marines ra and then navy and coast guard nga gi securities military die nga khachi gora khunzu gegap thenda country gi thenda liya khunzu la chi gora they protect the country ra from harm cheza khunzu khashe peace ka su peace da du shide ka su khunzu la chi ma ge du la chi gora ine di poru la ya mi khashe ani la chi ni thong ru gores so this all attention da tu chi nang la chi do khunzu veterans day they celebrate chi gores kosis nga
거치서
아니 veterans day ka su man che lopte pugu do win bai na khachi gora khunzu lopte pugu do win na di khunzu gi veterans sa la ya khunzu gi yigi thi ani tang chi do yigi thi
Gela Kesesha. Huge.
고기민두.
thong min do
아 고구민두.
ta ku de
나다 고구도.
통미도
veterans
내가
day
통미도 나 통미도
how come yini she che shani su thong min tin ji gi
나 통미도
tin ji gi re ba
걔랑 짜야 통미도
Gila,
디스 제체래.
여자가 통미도 연기다
gila.
la
Tinse doga jar chinga yumare mata ko jenna nandi ko shada taga do yori tang ku shita ka dauchi do do.
ale 공부 쉬소 okay tadi courses nga lopte puku imbai na khunzu gi remote ye do da khunzu yigi thi ne khunzu gi veterans so thujenal kyan so ngzu gi gab thunda la ga mangu and khunzu letter thi res and puku khashe khachi ra khunzu veteran gi hospital la dro ja khunzu letter deliver char do res and veterans day de la ya ani the business la na thonga thongge nye da lopra de sama close chi res ta de so khachi shi do khunzu gi this special holiday chi la chi ne khunzu close chi tourist I can't so gi lungbe nal ya veterans day khande tang hi well or how will you celebrate veterans day this year kyan thande tawa de thande lo de la kyan veterans day khande tang hi west kyan lungba le veterans day ro your wa your wa
Yore.
미야마레.
okay
Rabye 11 November hakya.
어.
Dere.
호랑 아주 데 네덜란드 피르 제기면 말해.
Chore 11 November di dauchi yora di chuya.
말해.
how and then
dat is snoep dan krijg je snoep veters zegt iets anders
Yeah.
this is someone that they can't be la khande tang go ra
ngazu 11 November ngazu gunda la metsala do yora Halloween dauchi sre. Inani ngazu
말해 센트 마르틴.
Sint Maarten
Oh, ina Halloween dauchi sra me. Ane mage patala do ane ngazu nyumba.
나다
gewoon naar veters day
공을 제딴 거야. 공을 제딴 거야.
it's more like Halloween right Halloween do it I think so
Yes.
할로윈 더 어디 어떠네.
But you have to
공을
sing.
제딴 거야.
Kyan's Lumbala and the Yurbade, Kyan's such a Piela, Ani Susugi, Jacob Tundalia, Pau Pamuira, Jacob Tundalia, near to the Tuchinang lads, the ones in Napama,
Gila.
Parents' Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Dua. Tinda she Mammy the Tulia and Tinso Tuchinang lads, the Mammy the Tuchin Yura.
Gila.
La.
Cuma tanggo tu.
You.
Gela, min det
No.
och harre, Finters det där.
La?
Min det och harre, dagde.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
Tinda. Oh, wow. Winter.
Also they Yagala Imbana, we do have Veterans Day, your Tamam, Mami the Zola Tujinan lag to we also celebrated on some day. Also Gidela ya Veterans Day La Manche Hachilana. We just the conso we just give them a message to want to share out punang we share dur dinde to we don't do much like how United States is celebrating. In a jagala ya so na the chinchi do okay, are you done with the Veterans Day? Okay, I'm going to give you a
What date is
question and answer.
Veterans
What
Day?
date is Veterans Day? Tinsi rapke lainda. What date is
Gela,
Veterans
meeting ama tenso.
Na?
Meeting ngator kini atendu.
Ayo. Who's doing all these things?
Okay, kacu dan luga. Okay, gua ngacu luga.
Inda.
Gua ngarap kita dan luga deh. Okay, ngalu aja.
Tinsi rapke inda.
Nga genodigd dari midui na nga chuno maleme.
Begin sa.
Rapke la?
Gila ngalesto.
What date is Veterans Day? Veterans Day the sagadir do tarikh hajud.
11 November.
11 November. Very good.
Yeah, 11.
Okay, Tenzing Somoinda, what is a veteran?
A celebration of the Millardy.
No. Veteran lana kharo, veteran. Veterans Day lana it's about celebration, right? Veteran lana khara. Thank you. Answer lo di damba man or woman la song se.
Men or women?
Yes. Veteran is a man or woman who serve in military. Military nala serve chinjo mi ra pui ner pumui ne sugi military nala serve chewa ne dizo veteran dress. Now, why should we celebrate Veterans Day? Khachin Veterans Day tangwara.
Mangmin nenzo ngato gadaga ndokwasido tuju mangmila tukjo da jigde gadaga mangmi tukje
Yes.
je da
Oh,
jigde.
can you say this in English? So when you answer, we celebrate Veterans Day because
We celebrate Veterans Day. Hangwe.
we celebrate Veterans Day because veterans are the one that serve our country, ra. So to honor for their service in our country, ra they can't initiate or that. This holiday started amortized in 1990. It's honors of our country's veterans. Honor lana console attention to honor a person means to show respect for that person. Excuse me.
Gela, meeting padu.
Oh my
Gela
god.
tunde diche
Deki.
diki jugjacho jenye dedu.
Oh, excuse me. This is
Tenzi diki redu. Jugjacho. Kashe dedu. 딱 고쳐졌어. 딱 고민도.
Nana just
Okay, the next.
This is the kid dress.
Never mind.
Dada
Okay.
chole do kela. Dada maule do.
Simar. 통구돼, 통구돼.
Tungkido.
Okay, that naring dab kela loenda.
Gifts of kindness.
No,
Worship is
kindness.
close.
당부 gelai lo ga, amjo ya punya, 당부 nye lo kya tsik to zolo thona ya putia, okay? Gifts of kindness. The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friends Ella find her missing mitten. Then he begins his hike home. On Green Street, he passes Mr. Crumb's house. He sees the older elf sitting in the window. Ed stops and waves. Mr. Crumb smiles and waves back. At the corner of the restaurant, Ed cuts through Snowflake Park. He makes lots of fresh tracks in snow. Then Ed spots a candy cane wrapper on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in the trash can. Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mrs. Finch. She has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment, Miss Finch hands it the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen. Okay, now drop your line down. Drop your tongue do adi.
Tunggu.
Yeah.
Gifts.
This squad. Inda.
Gifts of kindness. The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella find her missing mitten.
Yes.
Then he begins his hike home.
Mm.
One green street, he passes Mr.
Passes.
Crumb's house.
Yes.
He sees the other elf sitting in the window.
Mm.
Ed stops and waves.
Waves.
Mr. Crumb smiles and waves back.
Mm.
At the corner of Red Street, Ed cuts through Snowflake Park.
Yes.
He makes lots of fresh tracks in the snow. Then
Yes.
Ed spots a candy cane wrapper on the ground.
Yes.
He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can.
Yes.
Ed is almost home when he sees his friend
Mrs.
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 Finch.
Fish. She has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment,
Mrs.
Mrs. Fish hands at the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Yes. Mrs. Finch rada Finch. Mrs. Finch hands it the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen. Okay, Dilla shopping bags, Mrs. Chasa, and then snowflakes, Cheratne ground, Trickstra, Ani offers leaves. The leaves mother, okay, it's leaves. As he leaves the apartment, the apartment. Okay, next lesson sering.
Gifts of kindness. The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella find her missing mitten. Then he begins his hike home. On Green Street, he passes Mr. Crumb's house. He sees the oldest elf sitting in the window. Ed stops and waves. Mr. Crumb smiles and waves back. At the corner of Red Street, Ed cuts through Snowflake Park. He makes lots of fresh tracks in the snow. Then Ed puts a candy cane wrapper on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can. Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mr. Finch. He has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs.
Who is shouting? Sukiyor. Ya, langsung indah.
Ed of she Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mr. Finch. He has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment, Mr. Finch hands Ed the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Okay, next. Ngó chăm chú. Nice. Peavulosta. Langsung peavuloso.
Naku cincin new disagree.
Ale. Nala baby iba.
Ngala agu rin agu.
Ale, it's okay, it's okay. Kaya mo. Indah ngó chăm chú indah ta.
The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella find her missing mitten.
Yeah.
Then he begins his hike home.
Yes.
On Green Street, he passes Miss Crumb's
Mr.
house. He sees the older elf sitting in the window. Ed stops and waves. Mr. Crumb smiles and waves back. At the corner of Red Street, Ed cuts Trudge Snowflake Park. He makes a lot of fresh tracks in the snow. Then Ed spots a candy cane wrapper on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can. Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mr. Finch. She has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment, Mr. Finch hands Ed the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Very good. Ya, aku pelos. Okay, next. Density iba.
Yeah.
Density lo anda.
Gifts of
Kindness.
The workshop is closed for the winter.
Closed, Martha. Okay, it's closed. The
Closed for the
workshop is
winter.
closed for the winter. Yes.
The workshop is closed for the winter.
Winter. Yes.
All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella find her missing mitten. Then he began his hike home. On Green Street, he passed Mr. Crump's house. He sees the older elf sitting in the window. Ed stop and wave. Mr. Crump smiles and waves back. At the corner of Red Street at Cutes Trout Snowflake at Cuts Trout Snowflake Park. He makes lots of fresh truck in the snow. Tracks in the snow. Tracks in the snow. Then adds Spot and a candy can wrapper on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can. Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mrs. Finch.
Yes.
She has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment, Mrs. Finch hands at the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Okay, good. Okay, next Tensi Tomo.
Oh, yeah. Gifts of kindness. The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella finding her missing mitten. Then he begins his hike home. On Green Street, he passes Mr. Crump's house. He sees the older elf sitting in the window. Ed stops and waves. Mr. Crump smiles and waves back. At the corner of Red Street, Ed cuts through Snowflake Park. He makes lots of fresh tracks in the snow. Then Ed spots a candy cane wrapper on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can. Ed is almost home when he sees his friend Mrs. Finch. She has a large shopping bag in her hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. As he leaves the apartment, Mr. Finch hands Ed the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Nice. Okay, Tensi Techen la.
Yeah. Gifts of kindness. The workshop is closed for the winter. All the elves are eager to go home. Little Ed helps his friend Ella find her missing mitten. Then he begins his hike house. On Green Street, he passes Mr. Crump house. He sees the older elf sitting in the window. Ed stops and waves. Mr. Crump smiles and waves back. At the corner of Red Street, Ed cuts through Snowflake Park. He makes a lot of fresh tracks in the snow. Then Ed spots a candy cane wrapping on the ground. He grabs the wrapper and drops it in a trash can. Ed is almost home and he sees his friend Mrs. Finch. She has a large shopping bag in each hand. Ed offers to carry a bag upstairs to her apartment. And as he leaves the apartment, Mrs. Fish hands Ed the biggest sugar cookie he has ever seen.
Yes, sugar. It's not sugar. Sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar. Finch. Okay, never mind. Sangma ya opelo thanda ya jinda sumbagi rapke ne chive ani tinsi toga patra tinsi toga ta yoma tinsi somo pa tinsi tekin pat Paya kuludu. Sirape.
Tahu. Stinky baju. Hello, Stinky.
Gela kundu yung kundu.
Hello.
Okay, now we're in class.
Stinky Jessica.
Okay, tada. Sangmai upeludu mudine now gela yukuta kissing. Oh my god, attention. Tinsi Rapke, Tinsi Somo, please. Okay, nye kissing kyan na noun ki dikur do kyan zindana kuryor ta kyan pala do you have to do the work. Kissing kyan noun la ya nye me wa. Chisan you have to go back and you have to do the work. Nye ki pia la worksheet kuryor ta. Ani susugi diary tia start chamber.
Nga.
Gela journal chila sa journal susu tia start chamber.
Nga, tende tomo.
Tinsi Somo teens and Shamba.
Marang kono zume. Nga.
Say journals. Then Hasun Sitting La says very good. Hasun Sitting La the Galakish Timba. Shamba dige, you have to make a small journal for yourself. Can't journal didn't which is so in a you can write down all the finishes na that. Where's my journal? I think I left it in my home. You can write everything in your journal. You can write down in English. You can write in English. Nye tarin ay shobang aya lan so tu nang alop to draw lop to lang and in the chung so and nang alop sunang lale kalasa and in the change lan you can write down so that journal ti wa na khare pujera kina vocabulary I get to re kina writing I get to re kina handwriting I get to re kina get sick mount to ra sick to mount to re also your sentence will be more manga cha do sick to say causes one. And some journals, try to make a journal for yourself. Journal is interesting. You don't have to share to your friends. There are some things that you don't want to share to your friends. And in the some camp who is your friend? Your journal. You can share it with your journal. You can journal journal and you have your diary. Diary, a book. You can make a friend with your book. You can write down what you want to say to other friends. Instead of friends, you can put down in your book. Okay, next time when next class when I ask you, did you make a journal? You have to say yes. Journal say you like that swear, okay? Okay, any
Yes.
little number cancel now.
Ayo.
Okay.
Now,
Oh yeah.
Lepkill.
Gila. Gila.
Yeah.
No.
Chana recording yata do.
Come on.
Bye bye.
Come on.